Crypto exchange bullish. Let's check that out today. It's stretching its post-IPO rally into day two. And Miami International soaring today in its own debut. Here to break down this hot streak in the IPO market, tell us if he thinks it can really continue, is FirstMark Capital founder and partner Rick Heitzmann. Welcome back. It's nice to see you.
Great seeing you, Scott. Thanks for having me.
You see bullish and the IPO today down here, and you think what?
I think the IPO window is open. I think you're seeing bullish go out. You're seeing Miami International go out. You saw an incredible run by Figma a couple weeks ago. And so you've seen a cross-industry, broad-based support for IPOs, and therefore we're advising companies we're investing in to get ready and go public.
Oh, you are, and that's yes. Give us and our viewers some perspective on what prior conversations were, say, 6 to 12 months ago, against those now where you're sort of trying to push them out what you think is an opening door.
Yeah, so I think we've talked about it for the last several years. The market was dead during 22 to 24, and it was one of the worst times for IPOs ever. And what we saw was the market opening a little bit, and we talked about it towards the beginning of the year, how there was still demand for IPOs, the coming trades of companies being more efficient and therefore more attractive to public market investors was coming along. And we've seen some of the highest quality companies go out. When you talk about Figma, you talk about CoreWeave, even new technologies like Circle. And so those are the best quality companies tend to kick open the door and make the market much more well-conditioned for the future companies. So we're seeing, call it a half dozen companies who went out in Q1, maybe another half dozen that have managed to get out over the summer. And we think there's going to be dozens that will go out in the back half of the year.
Well, the one we think is coming up was a company in which you either led the investment in or participated in a significant way, is StubHub, right?
That's coming up. That's hopefully coming up soon in September. I actually led the investment over a decade ago before we sold to eBay. So I'm no longer a StubHub investor, just a happy customer. But that's been a great company for a long time, and that's going to open up, another facet of the business of consumer. And consumer's been out of favor for years, but especially on the consumer marketplace side, the area where the Airbnbs play, we think that part of the market is incredible. And I think when people start to really dig into not only the growth of StubHub, but the margin structure, I think that's going to be very exciting in public financing.
Well, since you're no longer involved, now you can even speak more freely, which I love.
Yes.
I mean, do you think this is the right time for that company? I'm trying to think like big picture here in really drilling down on whether this is an inflection point in IPOs in general, or if you really have to just be in the right place at this right moment, like crypto with bullish or an exchange like we saw today or something of the like, rather than just thinking some door is going to kick open and we're going to all rush for it.
The door's not open for everybody, even within those subsectors of crypto or healthcare services or financial technologies. It's not open for everyone. The companies have gone out, have been some of the better companies. The metrics that Figma had around SaaS software were excellent and best in class. Some of the metrics that Tom Farley had at Bullish were best in class. What you've seen in Chime in the consumer world, same thing. So I think StubHub is probably one of the most exciting private companies. And so, as the window starts to open, it opens at first for the highest quality companies, and then towards the end of these market windows, the lesser companies come out. But I think what you're going to see is companies of scale, companies with good margin structures, companies with good businesses that are going to be very enticing to public market investors.